Okay, so when Sumo Paint opens, the first thing you want to do is click New Blank Canvas. I often move right over to the Move tool just so I don't accidentally paint my canvas. And then we want to make the size the same size and proportions as the paper we were working for. And I looked it up, and I know that for 150 pixels per square inch, we need to have this be 1275 across the width, and the height needs to be 1650. So you'll want to put those same numbers onto yours. Also, you'll see that we've got a scroll bar here, which means we don't see all of our canvas, and we want to see it all at once. So in View, you'll want to zoom out again, and now we've lost our scroll bars, which means that we see everything. I'm going to import my photograph that I took of my sketch, and I click Import to Layer from my computer, and I see right here, I know picture 42 is the one I want. So I click Open, and you can see it's too small. So that's easy enough to fix. All you have to do is in Edit, go to Free Transform, grab the corner, push the Shift key down while you're pulling, and it will open up almost perfectly to the size that we created. With these blue lines showing, that means it's still selected. So I go to Select, and I click Deselect. Okay. Now, I'm going to create one new layer, Add New Layer, and this is going to be my sketch layer. So, Layer 1 is my initial photograph. I'm going to call that Photo. So I have my background, my photo, and my sketch. And whenever you want to activate a layer, you click the one that you want to work on. So I want to work on the sketch layer, and I've got it clicked. I'm going to go right over what I have originally folded and drawn. So I've got my line tool. So I'm going to go from corner to corner to divide it in half diagonally. Corner to corner, dividing it in half diagonally the other direction. From my diagonal straight up, I'm going to divide it horizontally at the top and also horizontally at the bottom. And then I'm going to divide it vertically to the right-hand side and vertically to the left-hand side. I also want to see where some of my sketches were, as far as I wanted to have a picture here. I wanted my text to run down from my photograph, and I wanted to create a little secondary area there. My text is going to go down this direction. I'm going to have a line running across here, and I was going to have my title up here. So these lines will help me see where to place things. Now I happen to prefer to work from the background and come forward. So I am going to bring in a new object. So I'm going to go File, Import to Layer from my computer, and I've already found the Toyota Highlander image that I want to use. And so I'm going to open that. Okay, it's tiny. So what I want to do is I want to make it very, very large. And so I have to go up to Edit, Free Transform, Shift down, and I'm going to keep pulling it out just like this. I'm going to move it down. I'm going to grab this corner, Shift, bring it up. I'm going to move it off to the side. And what I want is a very, very large car here in the background. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up. and I want to use this as my background image. Okay, so I'm going to go into my layer, and I'm going to call this car background. I'm going to go up to adjustments and adjust the brightness and contrast. Make it a lot brighter. Bring the contrast way down like this. Hit OK. So now I've got this sort of gray background. I know that one of the other things that I wanted to do was I wanted to bring the car in this area. So I'm going to try to bring the car in exactly the way I see it. So I'm going to bring in one more layer, or actually, in File, I can import to layer from my computer the car one more time. And now I'm going to free transform it. And that's about where I want it to be. So I'm going to hit deselect. And this is going to be named front car. And if I want to, I can turn these guys off and I can see my line behind it. And if I want to see where my front car is, I can see where it fits compared to my old sketch. And that's about where I want it. It might be just a little bit large. If I don't like it that large, I can transform it one more time, holding Shift down, making it just a little bit smaller, moving over to where I think it should be. Click. There, that looks just about perfect. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to get rid of my white that's behind there. Clicked on the right layer.